So I believe I left off at Zechariah, so I have 10:3, 11:8, 11:9 are blank. 11:3, there's a voice of the howling shepherd, for their glory is spoiled. 1:4, don't be as your fathers, who the prophets pleaded with, saying, turn from your evil ways. 1:6 is blank. Jeremiah 34:14. And then also it's 34:14, 36:23 through 24 is blank. 39:11, Nebuchadnezzar gave orders concerning Jeremiah. 39:12, take care of him, do not harm him, do what he commands. 39:14, so they took him out of the prison and dwelt among the people. John 11, for this sickness is unto death, yet for the glory of the source, that the Son of thy may be glorified thereby. 10:37, if I do not the works of thy, believe me not. 10:35, if you're called gods, unto those the word came, the scriptures aren't able to be broken. 10:26, you don't believe because you're not my sheep. 12:10, chief priests also planned to kill Lazarus. 12:11, because of him, many turned to Yahushua. 12:30, this voice came not for me, yet for your sakes. 12:31, now is the judgment of the world at hand, and now will the prince of this world be cast out. 12:37, with all his works done before them, they'll believe him not, or they still believe him not. 12:38 through 40, for Isaiah prophesies, saying they believe not the report. For thy has blinded them, it made them deaf, that they wouldn't convert, be held. 12:50 blank. 13:14, if your Lord and Master wash your feet, you should do the same for others. And if you 14:23, if you love me and keep my words, thy will love you, if we will come to you and make our abode with you. 12:25 blank. 1 Corinthians 4:17, he shall bring you into the remembrance of my ways, which is in Christ, as I teach everywhere in every church. Ephesians 2:15, having abolished in the flesh enmity, even the law of commandments contained in the ordinance. 3:5, in other ages were not made known to the Son of Man, as is revealed to the holy apostles and prophets by the Spirit. 3:6, and that 3:6 is blank. 4:1 through 5 is blank. Philippians 1:28, and nothing be terrified by your adversaries, which to them is an evident token of perdition, yet to you of salvation, that of the source. 1:29, for unto you is given on behalf of Christ, not only to know him, yet to suffer for the cause. 1:30, having the same conflict, if you've seen in him, and now are now here within. Okay, I feel like. So 1:30, having the same conflict, if you've seen in him, now are here within you, or in me. Verse 23, let nothing be done through strife or vainglory, yet in lowliness of the mind. 2:30, for the work of Christ he has never. For the work of Christ he was near to death, not regarding his life, to supply you your lack of service towards me. 3:5 through 8 blank. Second Maccabees 5:27, Judas Maccabees and none others withdrew into the wilderness and lived in the mountains, ate herbs and grass, that they wouldn't participate in the pollution. 1 Kings 18:13, how I hid 100 men of thy prophets in the cave, by 50 fed them bread and water. 18:4, Obadiah hid 800 prophets in the cave, and when Israel was to kill the prophets. 9:26, they rebelled against thy and slew thy prophets, and threw away thy law. For the prophets testified against them to turn them back to thy. 9:28, when they had rest, did evil again, and every time they returned, they delivered them. John 3:21, those who do true comes into the light, that his deeds be magnified and manifest, that they are from the source. 4:8, for his disciples went into the city to buy meat. 4:26 or 24, thy is spirit, so must worship in spirit and truth. 6:27, labor not for meat which perishes, yet for meat that endures everlasting life. 6:26, it's the spirit that ages the flesh, and the flesh profits nothing. The words I speak are spirit and life. 7:24, judge not according to the appearance, yet judge righteous judgments. 7:49, these who know not the laws are cursed. 2 Kings 19:5-6, blank. Job 20, verse 5, the triumph of the wicked is short, joy of the hypocrisy or hypocrites, but for a moment. Exodus 22:23, afflict them in no way. 22:24, for my wrath will be hot and will kill you. Jeremiah 29:18, I'll persecute you with the sword, famine, and pestilence. Proverbs 3:35, the wise will inherit glory, yet shame will be the promotion of fools. 4:1, listen, you children, to the instruction of the father, attend to no overstanding. 4:2, I give good doctrine, forsake not the laws. 5:4, surely they're poor, they're foolish, knowing not the way, nor thy judgments. Zechariah 2:7, deliver yourself, O Sion, who dwells in the daughter of Babylon. Flee the land of the north. To that 2:6. 3:4, take away his filthy garments, for I've caused iniquity to pass from you. 3:5, put a fair myrtle turban wrap on his head. Also give new garments. 3:6, a turban. The angel pleads to Yahshua. 3:7, walk in my ways and keep my charge, judge my house and keep my courts. I'll give you a place among those that you see. 3:8, hear Yahshua the high priest, also thy fellows who sit before you, for they are men, wonder that. I'll bring forward my servant the branch. 9:6, a bastard shall dwell in Ashdod, and I'll cut off the pride of the Philistines. 9:12 is blank. 10:4, out of him comes every oppressor. 10:5, they be a mighty men who tread down the enemy. They'll fight for the Lord and will be with them. 10:6, I'll strengthen the house of Yehuda and save the house of Joseph. 10:10, blank. 11:8, 3 shepherds I'll cut off in a month. 11:9, I said, I'll not feed you. What's dying, let die. What is cut off, let be cut off. 14:18-19, blank. Luke 6:31, do to others as you have them do to you. Isaiah 26:10, even when show the right way, I'm the land, or I'm in the land of righteousness. Or so I guess it's in. So yeah, even when shown righteousness or the righteous way in the land of righteousness, they still do evil. 1 Timothy 1:9, the law was made for the wicked. Leviticus 26:41, if they return to me and accept their punishment. 26:42, I'll remember my covenant. Deuteronomy 28:61, every sickness and plague not written in the book will be released. 28:43, the strangers among you will be made very high, and you'll become very low. 28:45, all these curses will come upon you. 28:34, shall be mad at the sight of your eyes, what you shall see. 28:35, smite the knees, the feet, and all joints, sore botches that not able to be healed from the head to the toe. 28:28, smite you with madness, blindness, astonishment of the heart. 28:24, rain will become dust and powder, the heavens will come down upon you. Daniel 2:39, another kingdom will rise inferior to yours and will rule over the whole earth. 1 Corinthians 2:4, my message and preaching is not of words, yet a demonstration of spiritual powers. 4:9-11, blank. 2:7, we declare thy wisdom a mystery that has been hidden, and that they are destined for our glory before time began. Proverbs 26:19 is one who deceives his neighbor and say, I was just joking. Matthew 5:12, great is your reward, for they also persecuted the prophets who were before you. Revelations 4:3, he who sat on the throne looked as jasper as the sardine stone. Acts 3:18, those things which I showed you by the mouth of all his prophets, that Christ should suffer, he fulfilled the prophecy. John 16:14, he will glorify me, because it is from me that he will receive that which will make him known to you, or for what he'll make known to you. Galatians 3:11, that no man is justified by the law in the sight of thy, it's evident, for the just shall live by faith. 31:12, the law isn't of faith, yet the one who does them shall live in them. 3:13, Christ redeemed us from the curse of the law. Lamentations 4:17, our eyes failed for our vain help, waiting for a nation that would not help us. 4:18, they hunt our steps, not able to walk in the streets. 4:21, rejoice and be glad, daughters of Edom, those in the land of Uz. This cup also shall be passed to you. You'll be drunk and made yourselves naked. 4:22, the punishment of your iniquity is accomplished, daughter of Zion. They'll no longer carry you away into captivity, and I will reveal your sin, Edom. Jeremiah 49:12, those who don't deserve yet drink of the cup. Why should you go unpunished? Shall not go unpunished. You will drink of the cup. Deuteronomy 5:1, Moses called all Israel and learned the commands and statutes, keep and do them. Christ says this also. 5:3-5, blank. That was parentheses though. Christ obviously wasn't. Joshua 24:15, if it seems evil for you to serve choose to follow a god of your choice, the gods of your fathers, Amorites, or the Egyptians. Yet as for me, I will serve 24:16, they said, thy forbid that we forsake and serve other gods. 24:19, blank. 23:6, be courageous, keep and do all that is written in the laws of Moses. 23:10, one man shall chase 1,000. 23:12, if you marry any of the surrounding nations. 23:13, they will no longer drive them out. 24:25, Joshua made a covenant with Israel and gave them statutes and ordinance. 24:26-27, Joshua wrote these words in the book of the law of thy, took a stone and said, this is witness. 24:28, Joshua let the people depart, each one of their own, to their own inheritance. 1 Kings 9:2, thy appeared to Suleiman the second time. 9:4, walk as Dawood, and I will establish your throne forever. 9:6-7, if you break my commands, I'll cut off Israel and remove them from my sight. 8:53, for you separated them from the people of the earth to be thy inheritance. 8:61, let your hearts be perfect with thy. 12:28-33, 13:20-25 are blank. Revelations 18:20, rejoice over her creation also, you holy prophets, for thy has avenged you. 18:23, For your merchants were the great men of the earth. By sorceries were all nations deceived. 1824, in her is found the blood of prophets, saints, and all who were slain on the earth. 1814, the fruits that your soul lusted after are departed from you, and you shall not find them again. 1717, thy put in their hearts to agree and to give their kingdom to the beast. Jeremiah 28, since I spoke, I cried violence and spoil, for thy word was made a reproach to me daily. Lamentations 4:15, they cried out go away, saying they shall not dwell among us. Acts 5:13, the rest dared not to join, yet still magnified them. Romans 8:18, the suffering of this time isn't worthy to be compared to the glory which will be revealed in us. 8:20, for the creature is made subject unto vanity, not willingly, yet by reason of him who has subjected the same hope. 8:21, yet the creature shall be delivered from bondage of corruption. 8:22 through 25, blank. 8:26, the Spirit helps our infirmities, for we know not what we should pray for, yet the Spirit makes intercession for us. 8:27, thy that searches the heart knows what is in the mind of the Spirit. 8:30, thy predestined those who is called, them it is justified, and them thy also glorified. 9:4, who are Israelites, to who relates the adoption, the glory, the covenant given of the law, service of thy and the promise. 9:17, as scripture say unto the Pharaoh, even for this purpose have I raised you, that I might show my power in you. Proverbs 31:8 through 9, open your mouth for the mute, for the rights of all of the unfortunate, and open and judge righteously, and defend the rights of the afflicted and needy. Psalms 18:12, arise, my God, and lift up your hand, and do not forget the afflicted. Isaiah 3:6, when the human shall take hold of their family's house, saying, you have clothing, be our ruler, let this ruin be under your hand. 3:7, in that day he'll swear, saying, I will not be a healer, for in my house is neither bread nor clothing, make me not a ruler of the people. 3:8, for Jerusalem is ruined, and Yehuda is fallen, because their tongue and their doings are against the source, to provoke thy eye and thy glory. 3:9, the show of their countenance does witness against them. They declare their sin as Sodom, and they hide it not. Woe to their souls, for they have rewarded evil unto themselves. 3:10, say to the righteous that it shall be well with them, for they shall eat the fruit of their doings. Matthew 17:3, Moses and Elijah appeared to them, talking to Yahushua. 1 Peter 4:19, those also who suffer according to thy will shall entrust their souls to the faithful source in doing what's right. Zechariah 7:9, dispense true justice and practice kindness and compassion each to another. Luke 16 through 15, you're those who justify yourselves in the eyes of each other. Thy knows your heart, and what you value highly is detestable in thy sight. 16:13, not able to serve two masters, you'll be devoted to one and despise the other. Serve thy or serve money. 16:11, if not trustworthy with worldly wealth, who will trust you with the true wealth? 16:10, who's able to be trusted with very little is also to be trusted with very much. If dishonorable with little, how much more with abundance? 16:9, blank, 16:8, the master commended the dishonest manager because he acted shrewdly. For those of this world act more shrewdly with their own kind than those of the light. Ecclesiastes 5:13, wealth is hoarded to harm its owner. 5:11, as goods increase, so do those who consume them. Only benefit to the owner is to feast their eyes on them. 5:10, humans are never satisfied with wealth. This as well is meaningless. 5:8, seeing injustice, marvel not, for thy also sees it. Lamentations 3:66, pursue them in anger and destroy them from under the heavens of the Lord. Mark 9:48, where their worm dies. Okay, so yeah, where their worm dies not, fire is not quenched. 5:36, be not afraid, only know. 4:25, blank. 3:24, if the kingdom be divided against itself, not able to stand. 5:35, who does thy will are my family. Matthew 20:28, Son of Man came not to be ministered to, yet to minister. Ecclesiasticus 4:9, deliver him that suffers wrong from the hand of the oppressor, and be not faint-hearted when you're judging. 4:14, they that serve her shall minister to the Holy One. 4:15, who gives ear to her shall judge the nations. 4:16, if a man commits to her, he shall inherit her. His generation shall hold her in possession. 4:17, first she'll walk. Okay, so 4:17. So what is this? Ecclesiasticus. First she'll walk by him in crooked ways, bring fear and dread upon him, torment them with her discipline until she's able to trust him or trust their souls and test them by her laws. 4:18, then she'll return the straight way unto them and comfort and show them her secrets. Nehemiah 6:3, sent messengers to them saying, I'm doing a great work. Why cease to come to you? Psalms 65:3, iniquities prevail against me. As for our transgressions, you shall purge them away. Proverbs 25:1, these are Proverbs of Suleiman, which King Hezekiah copied. 25:14, whoever boasts of a false gift is as a cloud in the wind without rain. 25:18, confidence in a broken man in the time of trouble is a foot with no joint or a broken tooth. Ecclesiastes 11:8, if one lives many years and rejoices in them all, yet let them remember the dark days, for they are many. Isaiah 5:41, sing those who are barren, who didn't bear, for more are the children of the desolate than the children of the married wife. 54:3, you shall spring out on the left and the right, and your seed shall inherit the Gentiles, and make the desolate cities to be inherited. 56:2, blank. 57:28, there is no peace to the wicked, thus says the Lord, or so says thy. 57:18, I've seen their ways and will heal them, will lead them and restore comfort and unto them in their mourning. Jeremiah 4:18, your ways and doings have procured things unto yourselves. This is your wickedness, for it's bitter, for it reaches the heart. Micah 6:11, shall I count them pure with the wicked scales, with bags of false weights? 6:14, feed my people with the rod, the flock of my heritage, which dwell solitary in the woods, in the midst of Carmel. 6:15, as those days coming out of Egypt, I will show unto him marvelous things. Hebrews 11:34, quench the violence of fire, escape the edge of the sword, out of weakness was made strong, valiant in war, turned back armies and aliens. 11:35, the woman received the dead, turned back to life. Others were tortured, not accepting deliverance to obtain a better resurrection. 1136. Others had tests of mocking, bound, imprisoned, and imprisoned. 1137. Stoned and sawn into two, tempted and slain with the sword, wandering in sheep and goat skin, being detested or destitute, afflicted and tormented. 1138. Of whom the world wasn't worthy, they wandered in deserts, mountains, dens, caves of the earth. Joshua 5:13. A man with a sword drawn. Joshua asked, "Are you for us or enemy?" 5:14. Neither, yet the commander of thy army. Wisdom of Suleiman 10:1. She preserved the first form, father of the world, created alone, brought him out of his fall. 10:2. Gave him power to rule all things. 10:5. And when the nations were in their wickedness, or in her wicked conspiracies, being confused, she found the righteous and preserved him blameless. 10:8. In lack of wisdom, only reached hurt. No, not good, and leaving a memorial of foolishness that is not able to be hidden. 10:10. When the righteous fled from his brother's wrath, she showed him the right path, showing the kingdom of the Most High. 15:11. They knew not their Maker, the one who inspired into them an active soul, breathed in a living spirit. Zechariah 14:3. Then thy will fight for you, as in the days of battle. Isaiah 33:30. Son of man, the children of thy people still talking against you by the walls and in their home. 33:31. They come to you as my people, yet they hear your words, and yet they will not do them. They speak love, yet hearts go after covetousness. 33:32. You are to them as a very lovely song with a pleasant voice, for they hear your words, yet they won't do them. 33:33. When this comes to pass, for yes, it will come to pass, then they'll know that a prophet did come among them. 33:15. And if the wicked restore the pledge, return in that which they took/stole, and walk in my statutes of life without committing iniquity, they shall surely live and not die. 33:14. If the wicked shall surely die, if he turns from his sins and do that which is lawful. 33:26. You live by your sword, working abominations, defiling every neighbor's spouse. Shall you possess the land? 33:6. If a watchman sees the sword coming, yet blows out the trumpet. 33:8. When the wicked die from their iniquities, their blood will be upon your hands. 25:8-14. Judgment of Moab and Seir. 4:1-12 are blank.